Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single.
Here's the drive to left. That one is long gone.
Welcome to the Long Gone Podcast. It's me, Michael, and with me as always, S-Man.
What up?
Steve Ford.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. You're doing some what? TJF?
Little TGIF action there. Yeah, I think we talked about it. It'd be fun to do a little TGIF theme songs for May here. So I figured a little
Absolutely.
Perfect Strangers to kick off our first show here in the month of May. We'll standing tall. Good stuff. Got a little TGIF. Yeah.
You know,
Real-
that was
real cool
one.
thing.
My parents really likes Perfect Strangers. We were more of I like more of like the Family Matters.
You didn't like Balky?
Balky was good, man, but it was just I felt
Balky
like
Batucamus?
it was like a little bit like older
It's a
humor.
little
when you were a
older.
kid.
Yeah, it was. It was part of the TGIF, but it didn't really fit the child humor that we
It
would,
didn't.
get
That's
like
why
Full
parents liked
House
it.
or Family Matters or later on Boy Meets World. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was kind of a lost sheep. But yeah, like you said, the older people enjoyed that as a break from the kid shows on TGIF.
Yeah, because that would be like the later part of TJF would be some of the
like
older.
your 9:30 or so would be your Perfect Strangers time. So
Remember that show Dinosaurs would be like kind of early, and
Yep.
then I mean
Great
they
show.
always mix their lineups, but then you would have the Family Matters, right?
Yep.
The Boy Meets
Step by
World, stuff like
Step.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
good time to be alive in the '90s.
It
Man.
was. Yeah. I still kind of miss TGIF.
I do too. It was brilliant. I mean, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an era where people gathered every Friday night. That would be your fun as a family. I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
you'd gather on Friday night. You'd hit your Roseannes, your
Yep.
Home Improvements, things like that. But
Mhm.
TGIF
Yeah.
was
That was
kids content. I mean, it was
Yep.
beautiful, man. And then
It
I know,
was.
like my mom and dad, or my dad, because my mom would go to bed. My dad would be like, he'd round out the night with like, I think it was like Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh yeah. Those later like 10 o'clock shows on CBS and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. And
Mhm.
then Saturday we'd get up early, right? You would too.
Yep. Get cartoons. Yep.
Cartoons, dude. And they just
Yep.
don't have that anymore, man.
Cartoons, or I would watch, because we'd always rent movies for the weekend,
Ooh,
and I was the
yeah.
dork that would always rent the Detroit Pistons or NBA videos that my brothers got tired of watching.
Mhm.
So I would wake up super early and watch the videos, my sports videos that my brothers hated. So
Before the family congregated to watch the
before,
movie.
yep.
Or-
My dad
yeah.
would come down though, and he said years later, I was like, "Why'd you wake up?" She's like, "Well, I didn't want you watching TV alone, so I came down to keep you company." I was like, "Oh, that's really nice."
That was pretty cool. Real quick, what was your movie rental place?
Oh, geez. So Blockbuster was always a go-to, but there was also people, I don't know if they remember, Meyer used to have a video store inside the store.
Did they
And so we would hit up Meyer sometime too. Yeah. It was back when Meyer had like their 2 floors. So, there's like the haircut place and stuff upstairs and the video place, I think, was on the first floor there. Yeah. So sometimes we'd hit up Meyer and rent videos from there. But usually it was Blockbuster. Like, the Piston video I have is Motor City Madness.
Yeah.
I actually, when Blockbuster went from VHS to all DVDs, they sold off the VHSs, and I actually bought the Motor City Madness video that I kept renting all the time. I bought it, and it's still in my collection now.
Hey,
so.
man, movie rental places were magic. I mean,
Oh, it was great. The tease of the new releases, like, you'd have the boxes there, but then there'd be no movies behind it.
yeah.
Like, you son of a bitch.
Well,
There'd be
yeah,
like,
and you guys had
20
Blockbuster, which
copies.
was like the #1 movie rental place in America because you lived in a larger populated area.
Right.
I came from a small town, so ours was Mr. Movies.
Ooh,
And,
that's cool. Okay.
It was cool, but those locally small, those small town owned places would try to jazz it up, so you'd see all the cool looking movie posters,
Yeah.
and things like that. But then the new releases that came out, there'd be like fucking 4 of them or 3 of them available, and then by the time you get there, you're like, I want to go see whatever was, hot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'll
Turtles.
rent it out. It's gone for fucking a whole week or two, It's like, oh,
And then
man.
you'd ask who has it, and then go to their address like George did with Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Yeah,
and be like, "Give me your movie, all right?
fucking movie,
You're done
man.
watching it."
Yeah.
Another one we had was, my brothers worked at Video Master. I don't know if you remember Video
I've
Master.
heard of Video Master, yeah.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Yep.
So there's, the one it was, in the, it was Plainfield and 4 Mile right next to the D&W where I had my first job. The Video Master was right next door to that, so,
The,
uh
we're going down this rabbit hole real quick.
so
We're doing it, fuck it. On
yeah,
Leonard
yeah,
there, so when I moved, downstate, when I was living
mhm.
in Grand Rapids, there was this one, and it was still I don't even know if it's still there or not, but it was called Vidiot's.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
I've
by
heard of
Hollywood
videos. Yep,
Video
yep,
just down the
yep.
street, but it was like
Mhm.
Vidiot's or some shit.
And Hollywood Video. Yeah, no, I remember Videos. I'm not even sure if it's still there, but,
It was
I did
really small,
yeah,
across from Little
I
Caesars.
yep, I didn't frequent that one as much, but Hollywood Video is definitely one. My oldest brother worked at Hollywood Video, I think, fresh out of college, before he got his first, adult job, he worked at Hollywood Video. They had to wear, like, these extremely tacky, vests to,
Yeah, oh,
to go
yeah.
with to go with their, like, tuxedo shirts or whatever is extremely corny. And then there was Ion Video was on
Iron
Fuller
Video.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
we I would go to that one as well, so
God, those times are
so many.
glorious,
And
dude.
then, of
They
course,
just never
Family Video, I didn't go to that one as much, but yeah, so many good video stores.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ugh.
well, I worked for Blockbuster, and that was all, like
Yeah, you
it was
did.
fun, dude, because you get, like, the new releases, you'd get
Yeah,
the
yep,
like yeah, that shit was tight, but speaking of movies, I'm wearing
yep.
my Tiger I wasn't gonna wear the Tiger jacket today, but since this is
Yeah.
gonna be a Tiger-heavy show for those listening at the top here, big news, Steve. Skubal, gone for this probably this season, right? I mean,
You
it's probably
thinking?
this season.
So people are holding out hope maybe 2 to 3 months.
His
Kurt Schilling said he got the procedure done and was, back in, like, 3 weeks. But, Kurt Schilling is Kurt Schilling, so,
Where did
he throws
wait, where's Kurt Schilling talking? What?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
such a
yeah.
random name. What? Where'd you hear
I don't know,
that?
I heard it on one of the local stations today where, they
Okay.
were talking about, people, the varying timelines that, with this, surgery,
Yeah.
and, when they come back. Generic is 2 to 3 months, but some people have gotten back sooner, and other people like Rodon were gone for what, 6 months or so when
6
it,
months.
it happened.
Yeah.
So other people are done for the year. So it depends on what happens when they get in there. He hasn't even had the surgery yet. He still has to schedule the meeting with the doctor and get the procedure set up. So
There's so many things to this where it could be a movie just on terms of
mhm.
the ramifications of this happening, right? So he has
Yep,
these bodies, right? The
yep.
what are they called in his elbow?
Yeah, like bodies or it's,
Foreign bodies, like
foreign bodies in his elbow area, and, it gets in the, the joints and all that, and if it, basically just floating around in there, and if it gets up in the elbow joints and stuff, it can, affect how he pitches, and then I think he had an episode, during his start in Atlanta,
Mhm.
where he, called out Dingler, and then AJ Hinch and the training staff went out, and he, said he could still keep going and struck out the side and finished out the inning. But, that was the first real glimpse. But I think he said that he's been dealing with it all season, which I mean, kind of
Mm.
makes sense. His season hasn't been Scooble-esque compared to the other 2 years. If you look at,
Yeah, you could tell you could
or
see something's a little off,
something's a
and most
little
people are
off,
thinking, "Oh, maybe, he's nervous as a contract here," which that's what we're gonna
right?
be talking about, man.
Yep.
Right
Hmm.
now, Scott Harris looks like a fucking genius. I mean,
Hmm.
you and I said it in the text to each other.
Yep.
He looks
Yep.
great just because, for those who are living on the moon, who don't understand, who haven't been following the Scooble drama
Drama.
since the middle of last year,
Yep.
Scott Harris neglected to sign Skubal to a long-term extension because
Yep.
one, because he wants like $400+ million to start.
Right.
He wants Yamamoto-esque money, but more so he wants the years and he wants the
Watch
money.
the
Well,
years and yep.
that's tough. That's really tough,
Yep.
especially with Tigers who have kind of a cheap owner. So
Right.
that's speaking mildly on them. So
Yeah.
so here we are. Scott Harris said, "We're gonna ride it out. We're not gonna trade Skubal right now, but we're going to ride it out with him."
Yep.
And here we are. Now Skubal's down to it for an injury. Steve, I don't think Skubal's gonna play the rest of the year because what little leverage he might have at this point with his
Yeah.
contract, I don't think Scott Boras would want him to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say sit it out and then go to the free agent market. He'll probably give the medical report saying, "All right, he's clear of everything. He's good to go, ready for you
Mhm.
guys opening day." This is, just a minor, minor surgery here, and you don't want to risk anything further or any, like
Right.
you said, leverage that he does have right now. Still going into free agency by going back out there, and if he fucks it up even more, then
Oh,
his
man.
value is down the toilet. So yeah,
Yeah.
I totally get where you're from the agent perspective there. Of yeah, we'll come in fresh for next year and
Mhm.
show everybody that pay up here, pony up the money because he's going to be just fine. He'll be back into his usual form.
So, how does that work coming into the offseason? Because he's gonna be an official free agent in the offseason, right?
So, yeah, yep. Because his playing time, he still gets the playing time, and yeah, his contract will run out here at the end of this year, and he'll come in as a free agent just like if he had played the whole season. So
I wonder if it's gonna be a because you drop the words, "Oh, he'll have to prove it next year." That's really true because he could sign
mhm.
a one-year prove it deal, right, for a
Yep.
high dollar amount. It would be kind of like what he would make annually, right,
Right.
for
Yep.
one team, but it would just be 1 year, so he won't get the years he wants that next year. But we're talking by the time
Mhm.
he's gonna be like 30 years old by the time that happens. So what, he's gonna want
Man,
that big contract at 31? I just don't see that happening.
that's not for the years that he wants. I don't see it at all,
I don't either.
and sure Scott Harris just has that Tim Curry smile like in Home Alone or Home
Yeah.
Alone, where he's just like when he heard about it, just like, "Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I was right." Yeah, it is, yeah.
There's kind
Like
of a
the little
problem with it
ding.
though, because the Tigers don't have a bull or don't have a rotation anymore. Like, it's
No, no,
gone.
they don't. I mean, Verlander lasted 3 innings. Who knows when Casey Mize is coming back, what they say, an abductor strain or whatever. Anytime you hear, like, the big muscles like that, you don't know, he's at least out 1 more start, if not
Right,
more, and now
right.
you've lost, you've lost Skubal on top of, the people that are already out, the Jackson Jobs, the Reese Olsons, the,
Mhm.
you know, Troy I think, Troy Melton or whatever is, working
Troy
his way back, like,
Melton, Joe, yeah.
you've lost a lot, and you've
I mean,
lost a lot in your bullpen. Isn't Will Best out now too?
yeah, Will
I think
Vest is out. Their bullpen's
I
pretty
looked at
bad.
the Tigers, I think, have, like, tied or if not the most injuries right now at this point in the season in all if you look top to bottom through their minors up to the majors
Mm.
through, more than any team in, baseball right now.
And and the big injuries happened relatively fast, where
Yep.
it was like, "Oh, Skubal's gone, Will Vest is gone, such
Mize
and
is
such,
gone,
Mize is
Baez is
gone."
gone,
Oh,
you
man.
know, Zach McKinstry's gone,
Zach McKinstry's
you
gone. I don't like it. This is
Mm-mm.
we feared this would happen, but
Yep,
this is where Scott Harris doesn't look like a genius. This is
yep,
where's the depth? You need to give us more depth. You can't. It's way too
mhm,
soon to pull up Max Clark.
yep.
I mean, yeah, you could try some of these other guys. What are you gonna do, Jace Young and them? I mean, come on, man. It's
God,
just
that guy sucks.
yeah, it's just not working. So
Or buckle up, Hung Yu Lee, he's gonna or, well, he's gonna be sticking around here probably for a while here with his fantastic defense, so buckle up.
yeah, but he's been hitting better, which is kind of a
Yeah,
sign. But we just don't have pitching. We don't have pitching on the front end. We don't
mhm,
have pitching on the back end. We
mm-mm,
have Framber Valdez, who's going
yeah.
strong, and then we have Jack Flaherty, who probably should be in the bullpen.
But you can't be in the bullpen now because we need fucking starters,
We
so we
need
gotta keep
starters. So
trekking them out.
this is the worst scenario for a Tigers fan. But luckily, we're in a
The
bad division.
I was
So
gonna say the only, saving grace here is that we are in probably the worst division in baseball,
the worst
where
division.
yeah,
Yeah,
where we are at 500, and I think we're in first place. And
it's
the
bad.
funny thing is just the American League top to bottom, not only are we
Mhm.
at 500 and in first place, we have a half game lead on a wild card spot. The Chicago White Sox have a wild card spot right now, and they're under 500.
Yeah. Hey, gotta hand it to them though. They're looking good. Colson
They
Montgomery,
are. Yep.
Murakami, the Southside Samurai,
Murakami. Yep.
Shane Smith. I mean, they have some pieces there that they can work on, which is good. But yeah,
Mhm.
dude, you're right. I mean, we don't have a great division, so this is our saving grace. But dude, this
Yep.
sucks. This sucks
This
to be,
yeah.
it sucks on the Scubal front for one because even if he was pitching halfway decent, we could almost
Mhm.
turn him at the deadline if worst
Right.
came to worst. But
Yep.
we don't. we're trying to make the playoffs. I mean, you're trying to make the playoffs at that point. So if he does come back, it's basically for the playoffs.
Yep.
I don't have to know if a team would even want to trade for him at this point. It's a bad
No.
situation all the way around. I mean, this has been such a long story, such a story that's just kept going on, and then finally here we are. We're
It
rolling with
is.
him for the season, and he gets injured. The worst
Yep.
possible
Worst
scenario.
worst possible. Yeah.
Looks good on
Yep.
Scott Harris's point, but does it? You know,
Doesn't look
so
good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because they, kinda put the, the chips in, so to speak, when they signed, the top, pitching, free agent in Valdez
Mhm.
and, brought up McGonigal to, help shore up the offense, which he
McG.
has.
Yeah,
Kinda threw, threw things in and brought in Verlander for,
brought in Verlander.
paid up for him, kinda got yourself a middle of the road, payroll
Mhm.
here, top 15 in payroll, and then, then you lose Skubal. So it kinda, it looks good on him long term for contract wise, not signing Skubal long term, but for this year, it's shitty, you
It's
know?
shitty. Especially shitty
Yep.
because nobody predicted injuries, but we have them every year, so you'd almost have
Every
to plan for
year.
those. But he didn't plan
Yep.
for it on the offensive side. He didn't plan for it clearly on the
On the
pitching
pitching
side. So
side.
it's
Nope.
going to be interesting to see this moving forward. This this soap opera that we're in.
It is. Get ready, it's
Um,
gonna be pitching chaos 3.0.
oh,
3rd
and it
straight
sucks.
year of
We
it.
don't have the bullpen for it.
We don't. At least in the last 2 years, we had the bullpen that could handle pitching chaos, but our bullpen's in shambles, so we can't even fucking do the version of pitching chaos that Hinch would want to do.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad in Motown. So we'll keep
Get
to,
ready.
we'll stay
Drew
tuned.
Anderson's gonna be a starter. Buckle and mark it down.
Fuck,
That
dude.
Korean guy that we say, the guy from Korea that we signed who's been
And he's not even
fantastic.
Korean. He's an
He's
American who
not
couldn't
even
cut it in
Korean.
Major League Baseball,
Yep.
goes to the KBO, is a star there, comes here, shits the bed, has
Shit
like
the bed.
one good fucking
Mhm.
spot, that he
Now
came
he's
in,
gonna be a
but
starter. Get ready.
oh,
Mark
it's
it down.
fucking garbage,
Bring
dude.
back Matt Manning. All right.
Yeah, wait, give Matt Manning a
Mhm.
call. What's that dude up to?
I think
Uh,
he's also overseas too.
oh
Yep.
yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yep.
Well, it's smart for
Yep.
him because it'll just up his game. Plus, he
Mhm.
gets to start
Hey,
out there. So
but Trevor Bauer, he's still putzing around, right?
that's
Bring him
one
in.
guy
Yep.
that's a great fucking call. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not
Yeah.
Trevor
At
Bauer?
this point, right?
It came
Yeah.
out that he didn't do anything. I mean, it was
So,
all
yeah.
the lady totally ruined his fucking career,
Yep. Mhm.
but there's teams that just don't wanna sign him, which
I
leads me
wanna
to believe there's more to that
There's
story
more to
or
it. Yeah.
more to other
Mhm.
stories potentially. I don't wanna
Mhm.
speculate, but I do the teams not I mean, the teams are not gonna not sign a guy if he's great
Right.
and if he's
Yep.
clean,
Yeah.
if he has a clean record. It
Yep.
kinda comes to that Yasiel Puig thing, remember? I was like,
Mm.
"There's a reason no
Mhm.
team is signing this guy right
Fine.
now," and then it comes
Mhm.
out all the bullshit he was up to,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I
For
feel like
sure.
there's more there that we're not knowing. But anyways, yeah, if he is clean, get Trevor Bauer. I mean, why not,
Yep.
dude?
Sure. Yeah, or can Kevin McGonigal pitch? Can he do that maybe?
Yeah.
He's doing so well offensively for us. Can he pitch too? Alright.
Something tells me Jake Rogers is gonna be taking the
I
mound.
was about to say can we just bring Jake Rogers out? He looked good in that,
Yeah.
that relief appearance, when the
All he
game was in
throws
the
is
trailer?
knuckleballs. Just do it.
That's it.
Do it.
Yep. The next Tim Wakefield, look out.
Oh,
Alright.
let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
Other than to round out headlines real quick, CC Sabathia and Dave Parker make the Brewers Wall of Honor. I had to put this in the rundown. It's shocking to me. It's absolutely shocking to me. CC Sabathia only played
That's weird. A
like
half a season, right?
half a season
Not even
with
half a season.
not even half a season. He got traded at the deadline.
Yeah.
For the Brewers. Yeah, because he
I
was with
mean
the Indians, right? Got traded
Yep. Yep.
for
He helped Milwaukee make the playoffs. I give them credit for that. Was
right, right.
fantastic down the stretch, but just because you were fantastic for 3 months doesn't give you a reason to be on the Wall of Honor.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So he's with Cleveland. That's where he made his name, right?
Yep.
Makes
Yep.
sense if he goes to their Hall of Fame. Brewers got him in a trade for Matt
Yep.
Laporta, Zach Jab, a bunch of no names basically. And then at the trade deadline, they flip him. Or no. I'm sorry. That end of that year, the Yankees ended up signing him, but he was with the
Yeah.
Brewers for barely even half a season. to get them into the playoffs, but yet he makes their Wall of Honor. I mean, we'll touch this first. Does this just water down the fucking Brewers Wall
Yes.
of Honor? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, are we doing this because he just got elected to baseball's Hall of Fame? So they're like, oh yeah, all right, we got to have another Hall of Famer out here. I know he only gave us that magical, you know, fucking 11-2 start down the stretch in 17 games. But you know what? We're gonna give him his due diligence for those, high quality 130 innings that he gave us there. It's fucking dumb. This
It's
is
so
so
dumb,
fucking
dude. I'm looking
stupid.
at the inductees on this Wall of Honor.
Oh jeez, okay.
Steve, I think I found the source. They let anybody
Okay.
in.
Oh
Holy
god, okay.
shit, dude. I mean, you got great names like Hank Aaron, right? Sal Bando, let's go.
Okay,
I'll
sure,
see
yeah,
it.
that's great, yeah,
Greg
yeah. Do they
Collinsworth,
like Gary Sheffield on there? Is Gary Sheffield on the Wall of Honor?
I don't see a Sheffield on here. Raleigh Fingers. You got some interesting ones like Prince Fielder, right? He was with him from 05 to 2011.
Yeah, that makes sense, sure.
I don't see Ryan Braun, but I assume he'll end up being there.
Sure, what the hell?
Paul Molitor took him a while to
That
get
makes
there.
sense, yeah, yeah.
But now, like, even like they put Francisco Rodriguez there, which was weird. But then you get weird names in there, man, like
Oh god, okay.
Rob McClure and Rob Deere. What the fuck has Rob Deere ever done?
Rob Deere, really? I mean,
John
I'd put,
Shanahan?
let's put, like I said, let's put Scary Gary on there for his one good season that he had with Milwaukee in 1990, where he hit 294 with 10 home runs.
I'm
Had
pretty
a
sure they
WAR
will.
had a WAR of 3.1. It was the only time he had a WAR over that wasn't in the negative during his time in Milwaukee. Throw him up there, right?
Well, Ryan Braun is there. My bad.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm looking at a lot of these dates. It seems like they induct somebody new every year. I
Oh,
think they just want to fill seats.
sounds about right.
Dude,
Well,
this
we'll
is
talk about the
bad.
Brewers here in our game for the week, so maybe they are just trying to fill seats. Yeah, it's pretty fucking pathetic.
Fernando Vina? What the hell is he doing there?
I'm sure Yelich will be on there once he finally retires.
Oh, yeah. By the moment he signs his fucking retirement papers, he'll get a fucking letter in the mail or an email.
How about Lucroy? Is he up there yet? Jonathan Lucroy?
Nope, but I'm waiting for it.
Wait, give it time.
Hey, there's some good names, though. I mean, Greg Vaughn, right? Bob
Okay,
Uecker,
sure.
Don Sutton.
Yep.
Don Sutton was only there for 2 fucking years. No way you should be there. Ted Simmons was there
Slap
for like
it
4
on.
seasons. Man, Richie Sexton? What? So let me get this
Holy
straight. If
shit.
you have a good season, one good season
One
as a
good
Brewer,
season.
you're in their Hall
Not
of
even a
Fame.
full season. Not even a full season. All right. Yep. If you were relevant for a short period of time, like Lucroy, he finished 4th in the MVP voting in 2014. He's going to be on there soon enough, I think. Just give it time here. All right.
Bro, I don't like this at all.
His
Dave Parker's
fantastic
on there, and he was there in 1990. He was there one season.
Oh, 1 year. Oh, they're doing this because these guys made the Hall of Fame and they're trying to put butts in the seats.
That's horrible, bro.
These two guys just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, so they're like, all right, well, we got to do something here. All right, they play with the Brewers here for a smidgen, so we got to throw them up there. It's like
gross.
It's like when it's like when Jim Leland finally made the Hall of Fame, but at least Jim Leland with the Tigers, they retired his number, but at least he won some pennants with the Tigers and 700 wins and stuff like that, 9 years. Let's throw Dave Parker on there because he played 1 season and CC Sabathia because he played half a season.
That's gross to me, dude. Yeah, the CC Sabathia thing is like, at least Parker played a whole season. I mean, 289 with 21 home runs, 92 ribs, pretty fucking solid season.
Slap him on.
But let's like the Wall of Honor, like what? How about like a special thanks for a good season? Like,
just like maybe like a shout out or something. Milwaukee congratulates CC Sabathia and Dave Parker on their induction into the baseball's Hall of Fame. Thanks for your time. What you did here in Milwaukee. No, they don't fucking need to be immortalized on the Wall of Honor.
I totally agree with that. I think this is some era committee bullshit that we're getting. I know this is going to be probably a hook in their show. I know it will,
Yep.
I know, but
I'll be using it. Yeah, so we're
oh
totally
yeah,
going with this.
because this is market now. This sucks. I
This
hate
is
this for the
stupid.
Brewers.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
hate this for the Brewers. This is
Yep.
dumb.
Yep. I mean,
Okay.
isn't CC
Wow.
Sabathia, he's making his way to Monument Park now too with this for his time with the Yankees.
I get it. I could see that
Yep.
just because
Yep. Makes sense.
he
World
had a
Series
pretty good
champion.
career as a
Yeah.
Yankee.
Yeah. Is he at least in Cleveland's Wall of Honor now? 'Cause he at
Yeah,
least
he
had, yeah.
is. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right.
Yeah, that'd
That
be like,
those two make sense. All
yeah.
right.
Can you imagine
You know,
Cleveland's like, no, he's not good enough
now
to
we're
be in our
good,
Hall
bro.
of Honor. He's not good enough to be in our Hall of Fame. It's like, wait, what?
Nope. 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 But you know what? He's good enough to be in Milwaukee's for that magical 3-month run that he had. All
I don't even know
right.
if it was 3. Yeah, it was like 3 months and he was out. And I don't even
Mm-hmm.
think he wanted to be there. I actually remember media at the time, like he wanted to be traded. Or
Mm-hmm.
he wanted,
Yep.
or no. He was making a push. He was talking about, okay, I got traded to this team. I want to make a push for a good big contract in the offseason, which
Yep.
everybody
So
knew
he did.
wasn't going to go with
Yep.
Milwaukee.
Yep.
Man, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
gross.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, he got that contract with the Yankees.
yeah, totally riding the coattails of their Hall of
Yep.
Fame inductee status, which is just incredibly wow.
Well, nothing else better than the team sucks this year. We'll
Yeah.
talk more about that later.
Yeah, that's gonna be another one. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. But before we do, Steve, what do you say we hear a word from one of our sponsors?
Let's do it.
Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned card enthusiast, the Penny Sleever is your one-stop shop for all your card protection needs. They carry everything from classic regular sleeves and versatile top loaders in multiple thicknesses, 35 point, 55 point, 75 point, 100 point, and beyond, to premium magnetic card holders and specially graded card sleeves perfect for PSA and SGC slabs. Need resealable bags, team bags, vintage sleeves, or colored top loaders? They have over 71 products in stock, all priced to help you build and protect your collection without breaking the bank. And now they're offering an exclusive promotion just for you. First-time buyers can get 10% off their entire order with promo code LONGGONE. Just visit thepennysleever.com and use that code at checkout. Don't let your valuable cards go unprotected. Shop the Penny Sleever today and see why collectors trust them with their most prized possessions. The Penny Sleever. Premium protection, penny pinching prices.
Ooh. Just sipping out of my Penny Sleever mug right there. Oh, there. Oh,
There it
I think I
is.
say this every week. Eventually, I'm going to bring some of my goods over to the desk here too. But
Hell yeah.
Penny Sleever, good people there. You know, Mike's got the top loaders; those things are great. Obviously, his is like ransacked there. You know, he's got the bumpers. Those
Yep.
things are fantastic. It's good people, affordable shipping. They're talk about Penny Sleever. You talk about the great shipping rates. You know, passage of time, the shipping rates stay the same. Anything between $0 and $59, still that flat rate of $7. Anything more than 59, it ships for free. Just personable. Very very family oriented. You know, you
Yep.
feel like you're part of the family when you shop with Penny Sleevers. So
Absolutely. Go out and get
really
them,
love them over
guys,
there.
because
Yep.
they take care of you. I mean, we've said
Yep.
it a lot. We don't just have sponsors that we don't believe in. Obviously, we
Right.
believe in a smaller business like this.
Yep.
We want to protect our cards. Think of it as a
Yep.
condom. You want a
Yep.
good
Think about
condom.
it as the condom for your collection. All right.
Boom.
Yep.
I think we just pitched his next fucking ad read.
It's the condom for your collection.
The condom for your collection.
Yep. Keep those keep those collectors items properly properly protected. So
Absolutely.
shop Penny Sleever.
Shop Penny Sleeper, baby.
Yep.
So we
well,
do
yeah,
this we're doing a check-in. We do,
Yep, it is.
beginning of the season.
It's like a wellness check here on the
Exactly.
Yep.
And remember, like the first week or two into the season, we're like, all right, let's do some overreactions. Well, now
Yep.
things are starting to
Now
make a little bit more sense now.
Yep.
You know,
We're almost
funny on our
40 day
list,
mark.
we have top 3 surprising teams we're going to do. We have top 3 disappointing teams we're going to do.
Yep.
We don't try to take too many low-hanging fruit, but
Yep.
there's going to be some interesting picks here.
For sure.
So Steve, we'll go just give me your 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Your top 3 surprising teams right now. You checked in for the month and a half or so that we've been playing. Who are teams that are you surprised that they're playing really well? Who are your top surprise teams right now?
I think a lot of people at number 3 talked about it. They, potentially could be a surprise, but I was slobbering all over them during our prediction show, and that's the
Right.
Pittsburgh Pirates. They come in for me at number 3. They're sitting at 19-16, 4 games out of first, and
Yep.
because the Cubs are kind of taking the division and running with it a bit, but they're doing doing very well. Currently have about a 45% chance to make the postseason. This is a great turnaround, for Don Kelly really in his first full season here as manager.
Yep.
He's getting his prints all over the team, and it's got a nice mix of the offense and the defense, offense and pitching. Obviously Paul Skeens right at the top. Seems to be weathering things a bit, 4-2 ERA, a little over 3. Nice solid rotation there and good offense. So the Pirates, they come in for me at number 3
Nice.
for my surprising teams. And lost my train of thought here. Also, my page.
He's
Oh, there
he's
we go.
so shocked by the
I'm
Pirates.
I'm so
He had to
I'm
take a
so
moment for
shocked.
himself. We're all shocked, Steve. We're all
That's exactly it. It wasn't because my page froze there for a second there, but number 2 for me is the Tampa Bay Rays. They took kind of a step back, in regards to competing last year, and now they're nipping on the Yankees' heels in the AL East. Definitely a team that I wasn't expecting to be a contender in the AL East this year. Obviously we talked about the Yankees, but expected Yankees, Orioles, Blue Jays, Red Sox, them. I wasn't really thinking Tampa, but they're doing doing Tampa things here.
Yep.
They're developing from within here. Junior Caminero again, fantastic player on the offensive side, doing it with pitching, and can obviously I think they can contend for a not only the division, but they can contend for those get in as a wild card this year. So I
Absolutely.
got the Rays at number 2, and then number 1. I mean, it's not, it's a surprise, considering what happened last year, but, once healthy, this team, we thought could do great things, and that's the Atlanta Braves. The top teams in baseball right now. Pitching again, keeps them in it. Chris Sale, every time we think to count Chris Sale out, she's like, fuck
Yeah,
you
dude.
guys. I'm just gonna pull it back in and keep going here. And Acuna's in there. Michael Harris the second has been dealing with a quadricep injury here recently, but he's doing well, and Ozzy Albies is still on his feet. So
For
I'm
now.
a little bit shocked by that. Yeah, give it
Yeah, me
time.
too. Me too.
But I like what the Braves are doing. Walt Weiss seems to be pushing all the right buttons right now. So the Braves, they come in as number 1 for me as my top surprising team right now.
Yeah, great picks. Pirates, Rays, Braves. Rays, I think when we started the season, I don't think you and I predicted that the
Nope.
Rays would be even the top 2 teams
Not even
in the
close.
East.
Nope.
So
Not even close.
good on
It's
them. Good
very,
on them
very
for sure.
surprising.
Yeah,
Yep.
my 3 is a team that's not even a 500 ball club. They
Okay.
are 17 and 18 currently as we are with the standings right now. But they're a team that is playing 500 ball way better than
Yep.
expectations, and it's the Chicago White
Mhm.
Sox. I gotta add them, man. I
Yep.
mean, you and I
Yep.
talk about
Nope.
the
I
Chicago
agree.
White Sox a lot in terms of just how bad they are, but we also you and I like where the direction that they're headed, right? I mean, they got some really good names to build off of. I mean, we talked to Chirizi earlier a couple weeks ago. He was on the show, and he was I mean, that's a fan base that is not afraid to say we suck, but they're just
Yep.
gonna ride the wave at this point. And
Yeah.
the
Yep.
wave's been looking pretty good right now. I mean, Munetake Murakami, the Southside Samurai, is arguably the team superstar at this point in the game. I think he's tied for Aaron Judge with most home runs in the season with
Mhm.
14. He also leads the team with 28 ribs, an OBP of 377, and just been fantastic. I love where Colson Montgomery's going, a guy that we're going to get the first full season with
Yep.
Montgomery. at the shortstop and being a star on the team. I think he's going to be a star on that team. I thought they brought him up the right way, and this
Mhm.
is a guy that is easily very, very likable. Then you're getting production from like lesser known names, right? Chase Meadroth, very good as well. I like what Shane Smith is doing in the rotation with you have other names like Davis Martin. Nobody thought Davis Martin would even be a name coming into the season, but that's a guy that's done very well for the team up and 5 wins,
Mhm.
1.64 ERA. And the saves leader is Sir Anthony Dominguez, who last year was with Toronto Blue Jays. So
Oh,
the Shy Sox are definitely a surprising team. Like Steve said, they're like competing for the wild card right now. And I don't think that's where it's going to stand when where the season ends, because they got a lot more work to do. But my
mhm.
hat's off and my tip the cap to the White Sox for sure. Number
Yep.
two for me, I'm going with the surprising teams, the St. Louis Cardinals. This was
Yeah.
supposed to be a rebuild year. They were
Yep.
going to bring up JJ Weatherholt. They were going to let Jordan Walker just make his mistakes. Mason Wynn's going to be a leader on the team. Nolan Gorman, another guy that they can make mistakes, because I thought they brought Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker up too soon. But now
Mhm.
they're in the fire of it, and they're actually succeeding pretty well. I mean, right now they sit in the NL Central 21-14. It's
Yep.
good job. Great job. I mean,
Yep.
Oliver Marmol is on a crucial year this year, and Jordan Walker's playing out of his mind, hitting 308 with
Mhm.
10 home runs, and just doing fantastic. 27 ribs, which isn't team leading. That's Alec Burleson, who was predominantly kind of a utility guy, but this team has found ways to win, and it gives St. Louis Cardinals fans hope that okay, this is the future. It wasn't Dylan Carlson. It wasn't Lars Nootbaar. It wasn't some of those, who's the blonde haired outfielder that I'm thinking of that didn't Harrison Bader. W-
Harrison Bader. Yep.
Those weren't the guys. It's Jordan Walker and Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera and Nolan Gorman and everybody, JJ Weatherholt. These
Yep.
guys are the forefront or your future. And right now, Cardinals are playing way better than we thought. So they're number two on my list. And number one's the A's. Right
Mhm.
now they're the Sacramento A's, soon to be the Las Vegas A's. But Las Vegas is starting to like the idea of the A's coming there. At
Mhm.
first they were like, fuck these shit bags.
Yep.
Fucking, but hold your chest, man. Clutch your pearls,
Yep.
Steve, because the A's are first place in the West. I
Whew.
mean,
Did not expect
two
that.
games above 500, 18-16 right now. I love this A's team. I said it from the beginning of the year. This is a team that not necessarily we should be looking out for, but it's a team to take the next step in their
Yep.
development and their rebuild. And they've done it behind these young, talented stars. Shane Langlier's big time catcher, great fantasy catcher. You and I had him high on our list with being one of the top catchers in the league. He can hit for power, and he's a guy that is I think when we talked to Booney from his podcast, he said
Yep.
that he's the
Yep.
longest tenured A right now, and he hasn't
That's
even been
hard to
at the club
believe.
that long, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So Tyler
Mhm.
Soderstrom's in there. Nick Kurtz is finding
Yep.
his own now, which I know Steve's happy about. It's just
Oh,
great
for
to see,
sure.
man. Just really fucking great to see. So the A's are my top surprising team. Moving over the disappointed teams, we're gonna pick three disappointed shitbag teams that we are surprised they're being called shitbags at this point. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you right now, precursor Mets aren't on my fucking list because they are the worst team. It's not a surprise that they're bad, but
Oh,
they're not even good enough to put on my list because I'm tired
no.
of talking about the
Uh,
Mets. So just
Yep.
precursor, they're not on my fucking list.
Yep. No. Same with me. They're not on my list.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, I'm going with teams that had high expectations going into the season and totally have not gotten to those expectations. I'm going to kick things
Totally.
off number 3. I'm going to go with our defending American League champion Toronto Blue Jays. And this is a team that was 2 outs away from winning, knocking off the Dodgers and win the
Mhm.
World Series, and now they're sitting at 16-19. They're 8 games
Bro.
out of first. Um, uh, you know, it's just hard to pinpoint. Missing Bo Bichette much? You might be, but you know, Vlad's doing Vlad things like he should be doing. Would like to see his power numbers up more, but he's still hitting solid solid 331. But the offense just isn't there. I'm looking at a team who's
highest home run total right now is 9. So they're
Yeah.
not hitting. George Springer, we were talking about he was finally earning his contract. The fucker's hitting 212 right now. With 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, that's not going to cut it.
It's not going to.
And the rotation is shitty at best. I mean, you're looking at Max Scherzer, who's shockingly injured again. ERA of almost 10. Dylan Cease has been, top of the rotation with Gosman and Cease have been doing all right, but your other people, Eric Lauer, that guy fucking blows. He's got an ERA over 6,
Right.
and then, they're just not doing it. Bullpens, kind of sketch at points, and the offense just, isn't really producing. So Blue Jays, they come in for me at number 3. Number
Okay.
2 on the list, I have the other ALCS matchup, and that's the Seattle Mariners. They're farting around in the AL West. This is a team where, they went out and made some changes. They kept Josh Naylor, brought him back.
Yep.
Did some, spent some money, and they're sitting 2 games under 500 and 2 games out of first. Thankfully the AL West is, up for grabs here, or else they'd be farting their way out of the playoffs. So, they're 2 games out, 2 games under 500, but I expect a lot more out of this team, and they ain't doing it. And then number 1, I went with a team we talked about earlier with their quote unquote wall of honor, wall of losers is more like it here, and that's
Yep.
the Milwaukee Brewers.
Fuck 'em.
They're 4.5 games out of first. They're 18-16. This team's won the division. I don't know how many times these past past few years. Chances are they'll probably do it, or turn around, do Brewer things. But right now, sitting almost 40 games in to the season, they're not doing it offensively like they have in the
Yeah.
past. I talked about how bad it was with Toronto's leading home run person had 9. Milwaukee's leading home run people has 5.
Yeah.
So the offense isn't scoring runs. Pitching, the Miz is still doing the Miz like things. The rotation's still pretty solid, but the offense just isn't carrying them. So they're losing a lot of pitchers duels here. So I mean, they're sitting at 18-16, but not what I expected coming off another
Yeah.
division championship last year. So Milwaukee, they come in for me at number 1.
Going over your list real quick. Couldn't agree more, dude. I mean, the Jays coming off a World Series appearance should be doing way better than they're
Way
doing.
better,
I mean, it's
you
just,
know.
most of these teams, it's a slow start, right? We're gonna look
Yeah,
at these teams. I don't think some of these teams are gonna be where they are
right.
a few months from now, or a
Yeah,
couple months
yeah.
from
Come
now.
come
But
July, hopefully
right,
things will be
right.
different.
But there are a couple teams where it's like, okay, we can see that. We can kind of see that
Yep.
happening. So, you know,
Mhm.
maybe you and I are being a little, I don't know, too much or a little too harsh, but I don't think so. I mean, the Jays
No.
coming off a World Series appearance should start out a hell of a lot better than they are. You got to
Mhm.
prove to your fans it was okay to let go of let Bo Bichette walk, let
Yep.
Sir Anthony Dominguez walk. I mean,
Yep.
you got to prove to your fans it was okay to let those guys walk. And so far,
Yep.
you haven't given your
Not doing
fans
it.
anything. And the Mariners, I think that's a team that's notoriously has been a slow starting team. They
Yeah, that's true.
this team has been, with J Rod and Naylor and some of those guys, they have been Naylor recently, but they have been a slow starting team. I'm
Yep.
more worried about their pitching, like Luis
Mhm.
Castillo and some of those guys. Like, what is going on? Like, why are you
Yep.
starting out so slow? And the Brewers, just
Mhm.
real quick, they're about as pathetic as their Wall of Honor, right?
Seriously.
Selection process. I mean,
Such a boring team this
it
year,
just sucks, dude, because they have great young stars. Jackson
Yeah.
Churio is
Mhm.
coming back from an injury, so I know that will give him
Yep.
life. The Miz, he's actually been pitching pretty decent, but there's not a lot of
Mhm.
good beyond that. And
Mhm.
where's Sal Frelick?
Mhm.
Where's Garrett Mitchell and some of those guys that need to fucking step up and be,
Yep.
Joey Ortiz, some of the Bryce Terang. Like, where are you guys from last year? So we'll see if they end that.
Mhm.
So, Steve, my number 3, real quick, is low hanging fruit. 15-20 to start the year is the Philadelphia Phillies. Just fired Rob Thompson, what we talked about
Yep.
last season, or I'm sorry, last week. It's bad. I mean, yeah, your leaders are your leaders. Bryce Harper is leading the league leading the team with 20 ribs. You got obviously um, Kyle Schwarber leading the team with home runs, and
Yep.
Brendan Marsh is your average guy. He kind of took the place of Nick Castellanos permanently, where it's like, okay,
Right.
you're going to be the Nick Castellanos we wish would have came here.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine, but there's just not getting the performances they need to be getting. And the thing is, they have great talent, but they're just not closing out games. It's too inconsistent. The pitching's up and down. What are we doing here? Like,
Yep.
what are we doing here? I mean, Jesus Luzardo is like your best pitcher, and that's in terms of, I mean, Christopher Sanchez is your best pitcher, but Luzardo has shown like, okay, I'm just K'ing the fuck out of everybody this year.
Yep.
And where's the rest of the guys stepping up, right? I know Andrew Painter's young, but Aaron Nola, some of these other guys, they need to fucking step up and win these ball games, right? They need to go a little bit further. Like, I don't, Aaron Nola's fucking 5.06 ERA is garbage, right? It's just,
Yep.
and Zach Wheeler, I know they're bringing him up a little bit different. And I know you're talking about a guy that's, now 35 years old. But this team needs to find it in the pitching, and the hitting needs to complement that. So I don't want to talk anymore about Phillies because they're kind of like with the Mets as well. I'm just sick and tired of talking about those high priced teams not fucking winning. I did a last minute change here. Number 2 was the Jays, but I changed it to the Royals. It was between the Royals and the Twins for me, and with the Giants coming up there, because it's like, what are we doing, guys? Like, the Giants just don't have the talent, and the Twins, it's like, yeah, this is what you get for hiring Derek Bell as your manager. You let one shitty manager go and you hire another fucking shitty manager. I don't fucking care. But the Royals are the most frustrating, Steve. What are the Royals? Like, I'm actually mad the more I think about it. Like, what are the Royals? What is this incarnation? Cole Reagans was supposed to be this fucking ace. You have, obviously, Bobby Witt Jr., your star. Jack Kaggs is supposed to be the rookie promised, the prince promised. And you're supposed to have the aging, great hitting veteran with Sal Perez. And you guys are still just not doing it. You're not pulling it together. And this is a team that made the postseason last year, looked really good. And then this year, it's like they're stumbling. They're finding their footing. You're finding out like their depth kind of doesn't look great.
Right.
And I don't understand. And to me, you come into the season knowing you needed pitching help, and you got Michael Waka Waka and Seth fucking
Waka
Lugo
Waka.
and Chris Bubic, who I just says Chris Bubic.
Chris Pubic. Yep.
Where's the depth? Where's this team supposed to go? Because right now you guys are just stalling in fucking neutral, man. Like, what are we doing here? Fucking pisses me off.
They're in the Central. They're only a game and a half out of first, though, in the Central.
In a bad division, right?
Yep.
I mean, the Tigers could easily be on this list too. But we knew that you and I knew that they were going to be in our headlines heavy. So we're like, you know what? I'm tired of fucking talking about them. Let's talk about somebody else that pisses us off. So the Royals just pissed me off. But Steve, there's one guy. Well, I'm sorry, not one guy. One team that fucking pisses me off more than any on this 3 disappointed list. It's the fucking Orioles, dude. What are we doing?
I don't know. Make me look really bad because I was Orioles heavy in our prediction show.
Taylor Ward is your best fucking hitter, and he's not supposed to be your best hitter.
Yeah. This is they suck.
Dude, they suck. That's an understatement. Like, they fucking I'm so sick of this fucking team. You were supposed to be
on Pete Alonso.
Yeah. Well, you did everything you needed to do in the offseason to make this team better. Sign a big name free agent, improve your pitching staff, get fucking legitimate depth to back up your quality starters who just had a down year. Now I'm starting to think, wait, maybe your Adley Rushmans and your Gunnar Hendersons aren't as good as we thought they were going to be. And it was a flash in the pan, because right now, Gunnar Henderson's pathetic 208 average fucking pisses me off. Like, you can analytics the talk like, well, he's actually better when you think about it, because then you could take his slugging against left-handed hitters. And no, fuck you, dude. I'm seeing, you can't piss down my back and tell me it's raining, right? He's playing like shit. He is playing like shit. Adley Rushman's a goddamn ghost. Like, he's hitting, he's hitting 289. There's some stuff to like there. His ribs are up. He's doing a little bit better. I'm like, okay, yeah, he is a scotch better than he was last year. But for a former number 1 pick who was supposed to be the transcending catcher in the game, he is a very mid fucking player. And it pisses me off, because this was supposed to be the next evolution of catcher. Instead, we're getting that with Shea Langoliers and William Contreras and Hunter Goodman. No. Where is Adley Rushman? And Pete Alonso, don't even get me started. Like, 6 home runs, right? In 120
37 37 strikeouts in
Bro,
35
in
games.
130 at bats, like, get it fucking together, dude. Like, at this point, it's you and I made that pitch for Pete Alonso being like, this was the guy, they missed their heart of their team. I don't know, because the Mets suck, and if they had Pete Alonso was on there with this
They
pathetic
suck
stat,
even
I don't
more.
think they'd be much better.
Yep.
So those are
Kobe
my top
Mayo,
3, dude.
that sucks too.
I'm mad talking about these fucking teams, dude.
Yeah. No, I don't blame and like you talked about, always the knock on the Orioles was that pitching rotation. Their pitching rotation fucking blows this year.
Yeah,
Like,
it's bad.
I thought it blew in years past. This team's a whole reincarnation of blowing. I mean, it's absolutely pathetic.
Well, it's even sadder when you look at the fact that they went out and they went and got pitching in the offseason.
Yeah.
Your Shane
Yep.
Baz, your Trevor Rogers, Chris Bassett. Like, these are guys you can actually put in a rotation and get. You see clear as day the direction they were trying to go in,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And it's just not working. It's just not working. You got Ryan Helsley, who you traded for last year. You got some
Injured.
of these good pieces, and they're
Yep.
just not working. I don't know. I honestly,
Yep.
something stinks in there, and I just don't know what it is. And the Jackson Holiday stuff, I'm fucking tired of it. I'm gonna say it right now. He's looking like a goddamn bust. Like,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yep.
now he's injured again, and I think they moved him up way too fucking soon. He looked like he was 12 years old when he made the majors. Yeah, he was
Yep.
killing it in AAA. I tell you right now, Steve, I don't want Max Clark moved up because of what I see with Jackson
Doesn't work.
Holiday.
Mhm.
That
Yep.
to me, I'm too scared. I'm like, no, don't move him up this quick because he
Yep.
needs more at bats in the minors because you don't want him turning into what Jackson Holiday has turned into right now.
Yep. Let's do a wellness check on Colton Cowser. What's that? A $1.94 average? Hey, you doing great, man.
Right? What happened to Heston Kjerstad? He was supposed to be the
Yeah.
fucking a great prospect. He's still, I think he's in the
Oh,
minors still.
oh.
And then
Yeah, I think he is.
Kobe Mayo,
Yep.
it's like,
Mayo and his $1.65 average.
dude, it's I don't like it. I mean, I like the way this team was constructed, and it's just
Yeah.
not working. So to me, it's
Yep.
either a leadership thing. It's
Mhm.
maybe there's some duds in there. I think it's more duds than leadership. I honestly think
Yeah.
you got guys who aren't great. And I hope by 2 months from now, I hope I'm singing a different tune because I am a fan of the
Mhm.
Orioles. I
Yep,
just
me
don't like what
too.
I'm seeing on the field. And
Yeah.
they're throwing their guys up there way too soon. Dylan Beavers,
Yep.
I think they rushed
Yep.
him up way too soon. But it was, injuries. Samuel
Yep.
Basallo. It's just at this point they're desperate. They're like, oh my god, these youngsters
Yeah.
got to work out. This
Gotta
is
get
what
him,
I
gotta
was
get him.
hoping the Tigers didn't turn into.
Yep. Well, we
I need to
shall
go count
see.
to 10
Hopefully
because I'm mad.
you do. Yeah, go sit in the corner for a minute, all
I'm
right?
fucking
Deep
mad.
breaths. Think about those great players being inducted in the Brewers Wall of Honor, all right?
Yeah, which is gonna piss me off even more.
Well, on a higher note, we have a good guest
We do.
coming in to chat with us this week. The craftsman, Pat Kellner, really cool guy. It was fun talking with him
It was.
just to learn about gloves and learning how to take care of them, and his dope TikTok videos that he has. So yeah, this should be a good one. Y'all are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I totally agree. This guy is kind of in the the ASMR
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yep.
range of just you watch something, you get mesmerized by it.
Yep.
He took something so good, that we didn't think of, like, refurbishing ball gloves
Yeah.
and turning it into a business, a pretty successful business, and a hell
Yep.
of a TikTok follow. So everybody
Yep.
enjoy our interview with the craftsman himself, Pat Kellner. All right, joining us today is someone who's taking a true piece of baseball culture and turned it into an art form. You've probably seen his work all over TikTok, bringing old, worn gloves back to life, and it's ASMR. It sounds cool. It looks
Sounds
cool.
cool. Yep.
Right up our fucking alley. Pat Kellner, the craftsman. Thank you for joining us today, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So, I mean, kicking it off right away. I mean, the easiest question, the low hanging fruit that we got to ask right away. How did you get into this? Why did you get into this?
Yeah. So, it probably is the easiest question, I guess, but the answer's a little bit long. I mean, I've played baseball my entire life, like growing all the way up until they basically said no more. So but at the same time I was playing baseball, I always loved just making things, and I loved art. I've painted and done artwork for other things at the same time. So when I was in high school and glove busted or something like that, I'd just find a way to fix it and fix it up myself. And that just kind of grew as, I did my own. Other people started asking me, hey, can you fix mine? And then I started getting older and older gloves that I just really liked and wanted to bring back, and realized I could combine, like, art with baseball, and two things that I really liked, and put them together, and it just kind of grew. Then randomly one day I was like, yeah, I'll put this on TikTok just to see what happens. And people watched it, which surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love the just like the sounds that go with it when you're fixing up the glove. It's just is that like I'm guessing it's like a post edit, like enhance. Do you enhance the sounds there? 'Cause it's very relaxing. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, I get one of two things. I either get that when people really love it, or people like my wife. She's like, well, I'll watch it, but it's on mute because I can't stand the sound. So it's
Oh
one
my
or the
god.
other.
Oh, that's
Do
great.
do you get any stories that come with the gloves? Like, I guess what's the process that when you get a glove, does the owner come with a story, or is it something that you go out and you'll physically, like, the ones that you work and throw on TikTok, are those the ones like you buy yourself or find? I mean, how do you come across a glove, and does it ever come with a story?
Yeah, so almost always I would say it comes with a story. Not all the time, but most of the time. Um Most of what you see on TikTok are other people's gloves that they send to me to get fixed up. And a lot of times they come with stories like, hey, this was my grandfather's glove. He played in the minor leagues, or whatever it was, and we just want to get it kind of brought back. Usually it's not to the original state, but like preserved well enough to where we could recognize it, just kind of get it brought back to where it's looking good again, so we can kind of keep that glove's story alive. And that's a big part of it. So yeah, get all sorts of stories of, my dad's, my grandfather's, this was my son's, all sorts of different things. A lot of them are people who sending it in for their own, to get it restored. But yeah, I love the stories that go with the gloves.
It's like Field of Dreams for you every day. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, you get to go have a catch with their dad again.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. When looking at gloves in general, what do you think's the most important trait in the glove? Is it the leather, the break-in, the pocket shape, or fit? What do you think is the most important
So
trait
to
that goes into a
me,
glove?
and everybody's got different opinions. I am big on the leather quality for sure. The components on the inside are important. The way it's broken in is important. All that's important, but the biggest thing, especially if you're getting a glove that you want to have for a while, is definitely the leather quality.
What kind of brands do you like? I mean, when you played, what were the brands you liked? Was it Rawlings? Was it Mizuno? What was your go-to?
Yeah, I grew up as a kid. For whatever reason, I had a Mizuno glove. I think it
Same.
was my first good glove. My dad bought it for me. Don't know why he chose it, to be totally honest with you, but I grew up playing with Mizuno,
Mhm.
so I always had kind of like an affinity towards those. Um, but as I got older and saw other gloves, Wilson makes great ones. Rawling, there's so many companies that make really good gloves. People always ask, what I would recommend. It just depends on
Mhm.
what fits your hand and what feels good for you. So, but yeah, I grew up with a Mizuno.
Looking at like glove care, routines in season, off season, like what should people looking to keep their gloves in good shape, or a restore? What should they do during the season? What should they do to get it ready for the off season? Do you think?
Yeah, great question, and I get that all the time, and I'm glad I get it all the time because I see so many people just not take care of their gloves at all. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I always say, kind of like, you got to keep it clean in season. That's the biggest thing. Kind of wipe it down. You see a lot of gloves that the inside, the hand stall where your hand goes, that gets broken down. That leather breaks down really fast. It's thinner, softer leather usually. Um, and the oils and sweats that come from your hand have a much higher acidity than that of tanned leather, and that really can break it down. And everybody's is different. Some people's, oils and sweat are worse for gloves than others. So the big thing is to keep it clean in season. And if it happens to get wet, make sure you let it dry. Then after season, I always recommend everybody after season to clean it really well, let it dry. And then that's a good time to do a light conditioning before you if you put it away in the off season, do a light conditioning. And then don't leave it shoved in a bag. So many people just, shove it into their bag. It loses its shape. I've seen gloves, if you put it away like that wet, that just get mold and mildew. And unfortunately, there's not much you can do once that happens. You can clean it and kill it, but the stains are going to be there for forever. So, keeping it clean, conditioning it after the season. And then if you're going to be playing in some wet weather, I would say condition it properly. Not overly conditioned, but condition it properly before you go play in it. It helps kind of waterproof that leather and protect it. So, yeah, those are the biggest things to me.
Growing up, I mean, I played a ball my whole life, and I had a lot of different gloves. Mizuno definitely was my go-to, but I remember one time my parents, they got me this for Christmas, this Nike glove, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was really nice. It was a little bigger for me, but it was still really nice. And essentially, I don't know if this is even true, so maybe you can give some backstory or some like knowledge to it. I think I broke it in too much because the ball was falling out. Like, you'd scoop up, scoop up, come up with the crow hop, and the fucker just fall out and I'd have it shut, but the fucker was just so flimsy. So is that a thing, breaking in a glove too much?
100% that's a thing, and especially as you get older and older, that becomes more and more important. So yeah, I see two huge problems when parents are buying gloves for their kids. Number one, you have a kid in t-ball or coach pitch with a really small hand, and some parent buying them a $300 glove made with real thick steer hide leather. That's a really nice glove, but not something that kid can use. They would be much better off with a glove like you had that was super broken in, soft leather that they can use and catch that fits their hand. And then as they get older, maybe hitting that 12, 13, 14-year-old age group where kids start throwing the ball hard or the ball gets hit hard, still using those really soft, sometimes the same glove from when they were younger that gets too broken in, like you said yours was, where that ball will just flop out, like the leather doesn't have enough structure to handle play at that higher level. So yeah, people try to buy one glove that's going to last their kid the whole time they're growing up, which usually isn't the best idea, just because their hands aren't strong enough to start with for a glove that'll last that long. And then using those gloves like you had, where it was just too soft of leather. Usually kind of cowhide leather becomes really soft instead of steer hide, and it loses that shape and that structure and the ability to, hang on to a baseball.
Wow. Is there any way to like fix that? Like if it becomes too broken in, or is it just kind of that's it? That's the end of the glove.
So yeah, once it becomes too broken in, I get that question a lot too. If you really want to keep using that glove, when I take a glove totally apart, clean it, letting it dry in the proper shape will help. And then new laces that are stiff and not so soft and broken in will help that out too. So yeah, you can help it out, kind of keep it going for another season or two. But once you hit that higher level of baseball, I would generally recommend getting a little bit more structured glove, which generally means spending a little more money.
What about conditioners and oils? Is it possible to that players can overuse that and potentially ruin the leather, or is it
Yeah,
what's your
absolutely.
rule of thumb for conditioners? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's another big problem that comes to me with gloves, and you can over soften it, and with too much oil and conditioner too. And I tried to do a study one time to see, because it felt like certain areas of the United States had different traditional ways of oiling their glove, and there's some areas that it gets tends to get way over oiled, and people will use just a straight whatever kind of oil it is, whether they use lanolin or neat's foot oil or something like that, where it's just straight oil and they use too much of it, and there's pretty much nothing you can do. It soaks into the glove. Trying to pull it out, the only way to do that kind of can damage the leather. So it gets over oiling a glove is bad for it. There's nothing you can do to come back from it. Under conditioning a glove and just letting it dry out completely and letting the leather crack is the other end of the spectrum. That's probably just as bad too. So it's a fine balance in the middle. The conditioners that I sell and make are trying to fight both ends of that, right? So there's a time and place for maybe some straight oil on a glove that's really dried out and in really bad shape, but generally it doesn't get that far. So a true, really good leather conditioner or glove conditioner that includes different oils and different fats, natural, like all these naturally occurring things that they'll put into the leather as they tan it that you have to replace. But not only that, you also add some wax and some different things that helps that leather from getting over oiled and still stay conditioned at the same time. So a high quality conditioner is important, and not overusing it is important. Hopefully that answered your question there.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was very helpful.
Can you tell the era of a glove? Like when you get gloves, can you tell like, oh, this is from a certain era? And to piggyback on that question as well, what's the oldest glove you worked on as well?
The oldest glove I've worked on, I'm trying to think back. I think it was from the late 1910s or early 1920s. It's probably the oldest that I've actually worked on. Um, as they get older than that, I mean, even that glove, there's not much to work on other than trying to clean and condition and care for the leather. Because, they don't have laces and things like everything was a little bit different. Um, yeah. And older than that, I kind of become hesitant. I'll do it if somebody really wants me to. But it's just, whoever's it is, if they're looking to preserve it, like you just kind of got to take care of it yourself. But yeah, it's easy to tell the eras. And there's different markers throughout history where there was different improvements made in gloves. You see the biggest jump to where it's like a modern looking glove in the late 50s when Wilson invented their A2000s. That kind of changed gloves forever.
Do you have a particular brand of glove that people should just avoid, or as far as playing wise, looking
Yeah,
at that?
no. Like I was kind of saying earlier, there's not really a brand of glove that I would say avoid. Every quality manufacturer has a high end or quality glove that they produce. A lot of them make low end gloves too. That's depending on your level of play, you should avoid once you get higher levels. But Wilson makes great gloves. Rawlings makes great gloves. Mizuno. There's so many the smaller brands like Nakona and everything else. Everybody makes a great glove, but they all kind of fit a different niche of what different people like. If you like softer leather, a Nakona is probably great for you. If you like really hard, stiff leather, a lot of times the Rawlings Heart of the Hides are the best for you. So it all depends on what you want and need as a player.
Going off to the TikTok side, the business side of things, I'm unfamiliar. Did you start the business before the TikTok channel, or did they kind of go hand in
Yeah,
hand?
yes and no. So lacing gloves forever. And doing that as just a side business to help people out that I know or for myself or whatever. And so I would regularly do gloves, and I did hundreds of gloves before I ever posted anything on TikTok. I graduated high school a long time ago, like 2002, and kind of did
Good year.
gloves since then. So, forever. But it never was a real legitimate business. I say legitimate, like I did things the right way, but it wasn't what gets close to, a full-time career until TikTok. And it's not like you make a lot of money off of TikTok. I get a little bit here and there. But I didn't realize how many people out there were actually looking to have their gloves restored. So I never advertised. And when the video gets out there's random free advertisement. And I just had hundreds and hundreds of more people start reaching out. Now I can hardly keep up.
Wow, that's awesome.
Looking at your artwork here, obviously it looks like you got the can of corn shirt on right now, which you
oh yeah,
yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. What goes into your inspiration, for baseball? Like where do you find your inspiration from to create these pop art style shirts?
Yeah, as far as the shirts and stuff go, I don't know. Sometimes I'll just see something and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that would be cool. So I'll try to design it up real fast. And sometimes it's like, never mind. Kind of throw it away. And sometimes I just, it's kind of neat. Let's roll with that. So I don't know where it comes from. A lot of it comes from, I coach at the same time. I used to coach high school baseball for like 10 years and got out of that because I never got to work with my own kids. And so now I coach my own kids, which is even more work, it seems like. And so a lot of that comes from conversations either with my kids or with other coaches. And then, ideas will just pop in my head. I don't know, kind of a weird guy and try to pull inspiration from all sorts of different things.
Do you have like a signature move? I'm obsessed with these kind of videos where, and even like hat videos where guys make cowboy hats. So certain guys have like certain signatures. Like one guy puts like a gold nail in the hat. Do you have like a signature things for your gloves aside from the logo that you do different than other people?
There's a couple things, the logo, I'll put that on gloves. Sometimes, I kind of leave that up to the customer too, if they want me to put it on there or not. But this is one that I do, that it kind of irks some people. And I'll leave the laces, like the tag ends of the laces after I lace up a glove really long, compared to a lot of other, people who relace gloves or even the manufacturers. But I do that for a purpose. And a lot of people don't realize every player likes their gloves a little bit different. So if I leave it long, it gives them a lot of opportunity to untie it, loosen anything up that they want loosened up, and then still have plenty of lace to easily retie themselves. Because if I cut it short, they try to loosen it up, then you have maybe like 2 inches of lace that you're trying to tie a knot with, and it just doesn't work. So I leave it long for the customers to be able to make that adjustment. And plus, some people, like myself, when I was younger, I liked to have long tags that were kind of floppy on my glove for whatever reason. And so you can always easily cut it and trim those shorter, but you can't ever add extra lace on once you put it in there. So that's kind of one thing that I get comments on constantly. People asking, why do you leave them so long? Why do you leave them so long? And I leave them longer than most do. And that's why. It's so people can make the adjustments they want.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's what they always say, even with cutting hair, you can, you can't put it back once it's gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at products for your glove, if you could recommend like only two products to a player to use to keep their glove in good shape, what would those two products be?
Yeah. So let me kind of grab. I have 3 different products, like the cleaner, the glove lotion, and the glove salve. But if you were to pick 2, that would probably be the most important for a glove. Would be the cleaner, which is, I don't know if you can see it here, the leather spot cleaner. It's a real easy way to just throw it in your baseball bag or keep it on your desk or whatever at home to clean your glove. It's pH balanced for the leather. so it's not really acidic like a lot of soaps and cleaners are. So it doesn't break down the leather, but it cleans it. And then the second one would be the glove salve, which does like a really good job of conditioning. It's all the same quality conditioners that are in the glove lotion, but it's a little bit thicker formula, so it helps protect the glove a little bit better. So if you're going to use two, if you're only going to get two, definitely glove cleaner, something to keep your glove clean, and then the glove salve, which is kind of a little bit thicker, waxier conditioner.
The more your business takes off, is that something you would get into? Maybe having your own brands?
Yeah, I mean that's like, are you talking about glove or like the
Yeah,
cleaners and
but well,
conditioners and
glove would be cool too. But I'm just cleaners and conditioners. But hell, if you even did glove, wow, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so cleaners and conditioners, they are my own now. That's something that started
Oh, cool.
after I realized,
Oh, sick.
how much people, liked it and followed on TikTok, and were always asking me for recommendations. And I realized there was nothing that was exactly what I wanted. So I would like mix and
Yeah.
match different things. And then, with TikTok and that kind of exposure and different things, it allowed me to be able to, I can make exactly what I want out of these cleaners and conditioners now. And so, yeah, that's something that was the first thing that I went and was like, man, I'm going to make this, because I always had the idea in my head of this is what I want to use on gloves. So now I make them and sell it, which is awesome. And that's something that's kind of grown with the business, and it's growing all the time too, because people don't realize I have it. I'm really terrible at like advertising and stuff like that. Maybe because I don't know, maybe just because I don't have the time to do it. I think that's the biggest part. But getting it out there and kind of, it's as people realize that I have these, that side of the business is definitely growing, which is awesome also. And then as far as making my own gloves, that's an idea that I keep wanting to do, but I can't get caught up enough on the customer's gloves to like actually have the time to do it. But it's coming. It'll come.
That's really cool. I'm sure
That is
that would
awesome.
be. I mean, that's a whole nother level, which I can't even imagine the work that's would be behind that. But I am noticed that with creative people too. I mean, I'm creative. It's hard
Mhm.
marketing yourself. Like I could totally relate to that. Where it's like I love making the shit, but showing
wanna-
people or telling
Mhm.
people about it,
I'm
that's
not a
so
salesman. I'm a terrible
yeah,
salesman. Yeah.
yeah, man, that's hard. God,
Uh,
yeah.
I know it's good. Like I really know it's the best stuff, but for me to go tell somebody, no, that other stuff you're using, it's terrible. Like I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Just one more question here from me. How
Yeah.
do you think? How much does glove maintenance do you think impact defense at higher levels, whether it's high school, college, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it depends on the player. So a lot of players,
Okay.
will use one glove a season. And if
Yeah.
you're going to use one glove that season, maintenance, as long as you're, storing it in the right shape, glove maintenance isn't as big a deal. But then there's the players out there like Troy Tulowitzki used to be, and I think he used one glove his entire Major League Baseball career. And in that situation, if you're using a glove for multiple seasons, maintenance is a huge part of it, because, like you said, if you don't take care of it, it'll get floppy to where you can't use it at the higher levels, or it'll lose its shape where it just doesn't fit on your hand right, or the pocket leaves or whatever. So the higher the level and the longer you use the glove, the more important that maintenance becomes.
What okay, so kind of wrapping it up, what is the next what's the next step for you as a business? I mean, you said gloves, what have you, but what are you doing from here on out? Is it just growing the TikTok channel, growing your personal business more and more?
Yeah, I have so many ideas running through my head. Like we talked about it. I would love to make a glove, and once I start making a glove, see what happens there. But I've always wanted to make like wooden bats or whatever. There's so many ideas. I don't know where it's gonna go. I wish I did. If I could ever get caught up on the gloves that people send me, I'd have a little bit more opportunity to work on where it's going. I guess it's great that I'm so busy that I can't get caught up.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
my creative brain as always has the wheels turning, and there's always something else I want to do. Um, so yeah, making gloves, making bats, all the little things that I find artistic in baseball is what I want to do. You know,
Yeah, for
so
Yeah.
yeah,
sure.
don't know where it's going. We'll find out.
I have
Okay.
I have a buddy who started a small baseball bat company a long time ago. His name's Ben Jenkins, and he started this baseball bat company called Warstick, right?
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and I remember at the beginning because he used to play. He played pro ball, played in the minors
right,
for a little bit, didn't really, kind of washed out. But he took off. He started really low, and then he hooked up with Jack White of
right.
the White Sox,
Yep,
and then it just took off. And
yep.
but I mean, and now some of his bats are major leaguers. I mean, he has major
Oh
league
yeah,
contract, and he
oh yeah.
tells me about just the grind of like how he started and just the work that goes into it. So getting to that point, it's because he's like a creative mind like you too, where he wanted to design the bats a certain way, and his mind's so, and he owns a marketing company on top of that, so it kind of went hand in hand. But man, the work that goes behind it, it's a lot. But would you do you work by yourself or do you have employees, or have you not gotten to that part where you have employees?
I work by myself. I
Yeah.
say I'm in the process of trying to hire somebody, um, but I don't know how to go about that. So I'm kind of working on it. I've kind of done some interviews. I would love to have somebody who helps me with the marketing slash social media side. I can make the videos and post them up on my account, but like as far as creating other posts and doing the advertising and all that stuff, a I don't know what I'm doing because I've never done it. B, I don't have the time to figure it out and learn. So I say I want to hire somebody, and I'm kind of in the process of that, but I haven't yet. So it's just all me.
Well, hey man, I mean, your TikToks have been awesome. I mean, I found you and I watch every single video that comes out. I think I like catcher's mitts the best
Me
because
too.
it's a little bit more work that goes into them, but
Yeah.
it's so
Yep.
pleasing. And I mean, because I've seen gloves that you get that you post, and some of them are like night and day difference. But catcher's mitts, when they look like shit, and then when you bring them back from the dead, I mean, it's like a night and day difference, complete night
Yeah.
and day difference.
Yeah. I'm with you on the catcher's mitts. They're definitely. I don't know what it is, but they're for whatever reason special to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's it, man. We appreciate your time. I mean, everybody go follow the Craftsman on TikTok. What's your site is? Do you want to throw out your site
Sure.
address
Yeah, you
and
can
any
check out all the
socials?
stuff. It's at thecraftsmansworks.com. Just kind of the way it sounds and spelled out, thecraftsmansworks.com. You can see all the products, t-shirts, whatever on there. And then there's links to the TikTok and Instagram, which I'm trying to grow and all that stuff too. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Everybody check it
Cool.
out, and we can't wait to we're gonna keep watching you, man. We can't wait to see
Appreciate
the
it.
development.
Yeah. Thank you
Congrats,
for
bro.
having me. I really appreciate it.
That was dope. Yeah, hopefully y'all
Yeah,
enjoyed that interview with Pat. Just a cool guy,
for
cool guy
sure.
to talk to. Check him out on TikTok. He's got quite the following there. His videos, they fuck hard, man. So,
Yeah, they fuck hard, and he's a good
yep,
guy, and
yep.
I like seeing guys like this succeed in not
Mm-hmm.
just life, but I follow him. He has a beautiful family. He has
Yep.
a great business and is growing. And you just pray like this guy keeps taking off because you want
Mm-hmm.
businesses like this to succeed. So definitely a fun
Yep.
interview, man. Learned a lot.
Yeah. Well, with that, shall we head on over to the Fantasy Factory?
Let's do it.
All right. So you got a question for this week, huh?
We do a
Okay.
local-ish, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Occasionally.
James Mansfield from Kalamazoo, Michigan asks, if you could only roster one for saves the rest of the season, who are you trusting more, Mason Miller or Josh Hader? Mason Miller of the Padres and Josh Hader of, I can't believe I have it on the tip of my tongue,
Houston.
of the Astros. Yes.
Yep.
So both great fucking closers, but who you trusting more, Steve?
Well, I'm gonna harken back to what we talked to when we talked to our friend the pitching ninja here a week or so ago, and
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the best pitcher on the planet, and that's I'm putting more trust in Mason Miller. The guy's stuff is just filthy, lights out pitcher. And also, he's going to have more save opportunities because he's on a team that's actually competing. Right now, the Astros are the toilet paper of the AL West.
Right.
Not even good. It's like a one ply.
Yeah.
They
Where your fingers poke through it and you touch your butthole.
Totally. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. You give yourself a more show than you wanted to, and then you end up having to really wash your hands because you got more shit on your hands than you did toilet paper. But anyway, I digress.
Goodness.
So because of that, the Astros aren't going to have as many save opportunities, so Hader's not going to be out as much. So yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with Mason Miller right now. The guy's just filthy and a really good pitcher. I wish I had him on my team.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that, Steve. Going off of the pitching ninja from last week, he explained why Mason Miller is so great, and I mean he's in the prime of his career. He's where Josh Hader was not too long ago, and Josh Hader's still amazing. But Mason Miller just has that upper echelon kind of like, okay, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I want that guy on my team.
He is, yeah.
Mason Miller for
great,
sure.
Yeah, great question though. Keep him coming.
Yeah, keep him coming. Thanks, James Mansfield from Kalamazoo. Okay, Steve. Got some interesting starter sit this week. Are you ready to help our fantasy listeners?
Let's do it. Let's cue the music.
Okay, who we starting this week, Steve? Trey Turner or Jacob Wilson?
Trey Turner.
Nolan Arenado or Daniel Sheenman?
Sheenman.
Chase DeLauder or Trent Grisham?
Trent Grisham.
Dansby Swanson or Zach Neto?
Neto.
This is Ellie De La Cruz or Bobby Witt Jr.?
Go Ellie De La Cruz.
Manny Machado or Junior Caminero?
Caminero.
Jack Kaggs or TJ Friedel?
Give me TJ Friedel.
Okay. James Wood or Lawrence Butler, outfield?
James Wood.
JJ Weatherholt for St. Louis or CJ Abrams, Nats?
Weatherholt.
The Bo Bichette scab, Okamoto?
Oh.
Or Matt Chapman, third base?
Jeez. Fuck. Matt Chapman.
Jarren Duran or Joe Adele?
Duran.
Yeah, good pick, especially that crucial home run he killed against the Tigers the other day.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, great home run.
Horrible pitch, man.
Yep.
Brayan Rocchio or Josh Young, infield?
Josh Young.
Torque or TJ Rumfield, first base?
Speaking of one-ply toilet paper, no, TJ Rumfield.
Randy Arozarena or Jordan Beck, outfield?
Jordan Beck.
This one's pretty close. Dalton Rushing or Moises Ballesteros, rookie, and both have been killing it right
now. Give me Dalton Rushing.
Bryce Terang or Luis Ariz, infield?
Terang.
PCA or Brandon Marsh, outfield?
PCA.
And rounding it out with guys who've been playing very well, Mike Trout or, surprisingly for Colorado, Mickey Moniak, outfield?
I'm going to go Mike Trout.
What do we got for waiver wire?
Here's 3 players I'm looking at this week on the waiver wire to potentially help bolster your team as we're getting in, start to separate yourself from the pack. Take a look at some of these players. First up is Jameson Taillon from Chicago Cubs. That is, he's up 9% in Yahoo leagues. Pitched 7 innings last week, getting the win and striking out 6. Second, the Twins suck, but this guy's doing pretty good. Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins. He's up 7% in Yahoo leagues. He hit 313 last week with a homer and 3 RBI. So if you're really helping to boost your average, he'd be someone to look at. And then third is Casey Schmidt for San Francisco. He's up 7% in Yahoo leagues as well. He hit 346 last week with a dinger and 3 RBIs. So those are 3 players I'm looking at this week on the waiver wire.
Very nice.
Well, with that, shall we head on over to Collection Corner?
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. You don't need to be a serious collector to get into cards. Market Movers makes it simple. Just take a picture of any card and instantly see its value, sales history, and add it to your collection. With data from millions of transactions across all major marketplaces, you can trust what you're seeing. You can track your collection, follow your favorite players, and better understand the card market. Plus, members get monthly giveaways, a weekly newsletter, and invites to live events. Use code GONE20 for 2 weeks free.
then 20% off for life at marketmoversapp.com.
So this week, got a pretty easy person for you
Lob
for the
it in
card.
here. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Went to Market Movers, grabbed a card that I haven't looked at in years, but here we go. This is a pitcher. A very good left-handed pitcher, one of the best. I'd say definitely a top 70 pitcher of all time.
Okay.
Debuted for the Indians in 2001. Has a 251 and 161 win-loss record. Career ERA of 3.74. Has over 3,000 strikeouts, 3,093 strikeouts. Very, very good pitcher for his game day. Six-time All-Star, World Series champion. Actually won a Cy Young Award, and he is a two-time MLB wins leader. He's in 2 separate Hall of Fames, and let's see. I don't want to give too much away.
A Hall of Fame or a Wall of Fame?
I think you know. He was selected by the Indians in the first round with the 20th selection of the 1998 draft. Of course, he signed with a $1.3 million signing bonus, which I believe at the time was a record. He pitched in the Indians minor league system for 3 seasons, got pushed up. He actually was selected for the 28-man United States Olympic team when they were doing Olympic baseball. So he was like one of the first ones. And he appeared in 1 preseason tourney, but then he was not selected to the 24-man roster. But yeah, he was named player of the year. I mean, he has a lot. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I think I got a pretty good feeling. Is it a guy who really shouldn't be on the Wall of Honor, CC Sabathia?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the more I would have talked about him, the more, because I was like, okay, what else does this guy got? The guy has a lot of stuff. You know, in his career, he was one of the highest paid pitchers of the time, and he definitely earned it. I mean, you remember he was a big, kind of a bigger, fat, kind of looked like a pear. He was a bigger guy, but I always thought he looked like a pear. But he was a really good pitcher in his day, and it seemed like he was a nice guy for the most part. And
yeah, for sure.
And with you and I mean, he kind of clears our benchmarks for guys who should be in the Hall of Fame. So, for my Market Movers pick of the week, I actually chose a 2009 top CC Sabathia when he played for the Milwaukee Brewers. Base card goes for like $1 to $2. Probably will go up 50 cents to $1 when he gets officially inducted. But it's CC Sabathia, Milwaukee's Brewers, a tops base card, number 170.
Okay. Great choice, by the way. Good, a lot of CC Sabathia here. My choice is a guy you'll probably be able to pick out very, very well here. My Market Movers pick of the week here. This guy, majority of his career was spent with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay.
And then by the time the 90s hit, he kind of bounced around for a bit, went to the Angels, Orioles, Phillies, Padres, and Cardinals.
Wow.
He was originally started his career in Mexico, and then his contract was his contract out of Venezuela. His Liga contract was bought out in 1979 by the Dodgers for $120,000, of which 20,000 went to this particular player, and 100,000 went to the team.
Wow.
Now the Yankees subsequently offered $150,000 for this particular player, but the Venezuelan team honored their original deal, and this player became a Dodger. He was acquired, like I said, in 1979. Then he, started his minor league ball. Ended up making the ball club, the Dodgers, in 1980, where he finished out the season, and then 1981 was his first full season, and that was a summer of fun, very similar to the Bird summer of '76.
Right.
Kind of a whirlwind time. Fantastic. Got the nickname El Toro just because of by the fans, and exactly, totally had a big penis. Is my guess. And then, like I said, about great solid pitcher for the Dodgers there in the '80s, six-time All-Star. He did win a World Series championship with the Dodgers 1981. He also won the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year award that year. And then surprisingly, 1986, he won a Gold Glove award and could do it with a bat too. He was a two-time Silver Slugger Award winner. '86 was the wins leader in the National League. Pitched a no-hitter in 1990 and is a part of the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2014. Compiled
Cool.
173 wins in his career, and I'm done spoon feeding. Who do we got?
Yeah. Yeah, his best times were in the 80s for sure, and then kind of dropped off. Fernando Valenzuela.
Totally. Yeah. Yep. El Toro. Big penis. My market movers got card of the week. I just love the pictures. I went with the 1991 Upper Deck. It's that one where basically caught his pitching motion through multiple pictures all put together. That in that great Upper Deck design.
Yeah.
With that, just the great. Them and Stadium Club always had great photography. So I went with this 91 Upper Deck. Goes anywhere between about $1 and $1.50, and I used the new scanning feature before the show here to get that card in my collection. So
very cool.
check it out. Get the app. Check out that click on the camera icon and start adding your cards super quick. So Fernando Valenzuela, 1991 Upper Deck was my Mark Movers pick of the week.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, with that, shall we get the candles out and celebrate a birthday?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, another veterans committee here for you. Looking online at this guy's cards, I had some T206s that were pretty dope, but I went with a card that was put out well after his playing days, and that's his 1960 Fleer number 7. Going pretty affordable online, but that's none other than a happy heavenly birthday to athletics great and Hall of Famer Charles Chief Bender, born on May the 5th of 1884. Like, let me read you some of these Hall of Fame stats, shall I? 212 career wins, a 2.46 ERA, 1,711 strikeouts. Played for the Philadelphia Athletics from 1903 to 1914. Then bounced around a little bit, went to the Baltimore Terrapins, the Philadelphia Phillies, and then came back after being out of playing days. He ended in 1917, then came back in 1925 and played one more year with the White Sox. He's a 3-time World Series champion, pitched a no-hitter on May the 12th of 1910, part of the Philadelphia Baseball Wall of Fame and the Athletics Hall of Fame, selected to the Baseball's Hall of Fame in 1953 via, you guessed it, the Veterans Committee.
Of course.
Unfortunately, before his induction, he passed away, I believe, in May of 1954. So right a couple of months shy of his official induction. So a little trivia on Chief Bender. The innovator of the slider is debated, but some credit Bender as the first to use the pitch, then called a nickel curve in the 1910s. Bender used his slider to help him achieve a no-hitter and win 212 games.
Yeah.
Also, he was really good at deciphering signs and stuff to help out the hitters, so much so that Connie Mack, on his off days when he wasn't pitching, would have him sometimes be the first base or third base coach.
Oh,
he was
cool.
So good at picking shit out, yeah.
Yeah, those times were interesting, right? Because they started when he played. They were starting to invent pitches of how to throw it.
Yep.
The ball was a little bit different, or a lot different back then too. So that had to have been pretty interesting. Be able to throw like a slider, a curve with those kind of balls, especially when they're dirty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, it had to have been a little interesting for sure.
Maybe something else, but yeah, happy birthday to Chief Bender.
Yeah, happy birthday. I'm guessing you're white. Not an Indian.
Yeah, he is white. Nope.
Interesting name, son of a bitch.
Totally white.
That's a fucking show.
Good show, man. Good show.
Next week, next week we'll probably talk to Brian Beagle, which is gonna be nice.
Yep.
Which will be the guy who was searching for the Bobby Thompson ball.
The Bobby Thompson ball.
Yeah, I want to get guys on this show who have those treasures, those baseball treasures, man. Been huge into treasure hunting lately, so that's gonna be kind of cool. Getting in that. Got a lot of stuff coming up in the few weeks, but in the meantime, sorry for all those Sorry if we offended anybody with some bad teams, but your teams need to fucking do better, especially the ones we talked about, the bad ones. So.
Yeah, do better, Milwaukee. And
Do-
your Wall of Honor blows. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to be giving my buddy Kenyon shit about that one because
I bet.
Brewer fan, he lives in Wisconsin. That's rough, dude. That's a rough. That means your Hall of Fame sucks.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Guys, have a great week, and Steve and I will catch you all next week.
Deuces.